And the pig is back in town. Yeah.
Look out, Walton.
What's going on, everybody? How you doing? And welcome to Rogue Entertainment Presents Collectable Past with my good pal, Vinnie. All right, what's going on, Vinnie?
Hey, brother. Dude, I'm happy to hear that you're back and feeling a little bit better. That's a good thing. I hope everyone's enjoying their holiday season. Let's talk some toys.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. You know, I tell you, it actually feels good to actually have my voice back. I was I was invited to OG Star Wars last week for her EU talk, right. And my voice was like, it was raspy. It was going in and out. I had to mute my mic a few times because I was like freaking coughing and gagging. I was like, I'm trying to get through this interview thing. I had a blast with her. Don't get me wrong. I had a lot of fun. We were sitting there talking about all that EU stuff. Unfortunately, I did go in a little bit of hate with Disney because I always do at some point because somebody mentions Disney and I go bonkers. My little piggy brain fries and I lose it. But
it's hard to avoid because the mouse is a Yahtzee.
Yeah, but I had such a hard time talking. And then when Monday rolled around, I couldn't do my stream. My voice was still all screwed up. And I was like, I'm taking Tuesday off and, Wednesday too. I'm just going to relax my voice and just try to get back to me again. So it's wonderful to be able to be back here. And I see some of the people that we see so often are in the chat. Chaos Hoy, stopped by earlier. What's going on, buddy? The lovely Sherry. Hello there.
Hello.
Chris Fisk, our good buddy, Infinity Chronicles. What's going on, pal?
Yeah,
I hope
brother.
you're doing well. RR, what's up, RR? The pigs of power. Ain't no cheap Chinese bioweapon a match for superior guinea pig DNA. This is truth.
That is right, man, dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah, the voice is back, RR. Pigs are back in town. Hey, what's going on, Jens? Always good to see my good buddy Jens.
Hell yeah.
Disney is pure evil. They are.
They are.
Guinea pigs over communist mipes. Absolutely. Absolutely. We will take them down. They should really make a toy for that. I need a toy. I need a guinea pig collective toy.
That'd be pretty cool.
I ain't gonna lie. I would kind of laugh if I had something like that.
You could do a whole series of them. It'd be fantastic.
Yeah, and then we could incorporate the Fauci boost transformer.
Oh, damn. You could want a really big nose and giant ears and comes with a syringe.
Yes. We could do Jen Psaki. She could just be a circle.
A circle with red hair.
Stone Cold Jeremy, what's up? Keg 44, how you doing, guys? Make sure you share the link out there because YouTube likes to suppress guinea pigs. They hate us. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I got the means, 3D printer. So what exactly was I bringing to the table this time? It's actually broken up in 3 clips. We're going to play each clip independently. We're going to talk about it and share some of the things that we're seeing here. And I am totally impressed by this toy. So let me just go ahead and play the clip and we'll get into see exactly what I'm bringing to the table. Hey everybody, what's going on? And welcome back to a very special Rogue Entertainment Presents Collectible Past. Now, Vinny and I have been doing this show for a little while now, and we are starting to finally get some traction with the show. We are reaching out to, we are sharing these wonderful franchise and these wonderful retro toys that are being done right and paying a lot of respect to the stuff that came before. Every once in a while, we like to show some of those older things too, but usually I do reserve that for my Going Old School Retro discussion show. However, I will show off one of the older toys today that's going to be in conjunction with what is my main topic for tonight's show. So, what am I going to show off this time? I am going to be showing off 1986 Transformers, the movie toy line, Grimlock. Now, this one is an incredibly huge figure. And I have yet to open them up. I actually picked them up last Christmas, and I am just getting around to doing a review now because of everything that went on at my dad's house. But here we go.
Me, Grimlock, not nice dino. Me, best brains.
So, all right, just there alone with the packaging, you see how much larger that thing is than all the other figures that I had in the background.
Oh yeah, dude. He's a beautiful figure. I also have that one. Yeah, I think this is going to be a pretty cool review because that figure is nice, man. They did a very accurate job, I thought, and scaling's pretty good. I know he's big, but I think it's all right for the that Earthrise line. You know, I know it's the 86
yeah,
line.
for the Earthrise, the Kingdom, and even that 86 line, because they all fit pretty much in the same scale, which was really nice. I appreciated that they did that.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, obviously, when I get through the review, there's a few other things that I talk about in there, so I don't want to talk too much about the review aspect just yet.
Right.
But even the packaging, the detail on the packaging where they have the animation style. Now, granted, it's not the actual animation from the movie, but they did it in a similar style to the movie, and I do appreciate that as well.
Yeah, I like it too. Yeah, and I know. Yeah, the backdrop does usually have some kind of like painted scene from the movie or something, which is pretty cool on those figures on the 86 lines. But
yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, I was just gonna say, man. I think Grimlock is like he's one of those characters that a lot of us just really like when we were kids, and it's so cool to just see that they actually stepped up on this. But the packaging, I want to say, I prefer the nice big window like that. I don't like what they're doing with their newer lines where you could barely see the figure.
I know, that's horrible.
That's bizarre. Why would you do that? It's but yeah, I do like that, and yeah, man, I'm looking forward to seeing more of this.
All right. Well, before we get into the next part of this, I want to say, what's going on, Basura Blanca? Hey, yeah, I'm trying something new. I want to see if the bots follow this name around. Everybody gets our bots. Grimlock looks awesome. Yeah. Wait till I get them out of the package. Gap Stargate, what's going on? Hail chat in the panel. Captain Trek, what is going on, Captain Trek? Good to see you, buddy. Chris Fisk, Grimlock was the cool Transformer that everybody wanted when I was a kid. He was the first anti-hero most kids were introduced to before Wolverine from X-Men. Well, yeah, technically, yeah, he kind of was, because I think the X-Men series didn't come out until a little bit, like, what was that, like 86 or 87?
I don't remember
or was it either late 80s or early 90s. I forget exactly when that cartoon came out. Like, I mean, if you were a kid and you grew up with the comic books, obviously you knew about him and the Punisher and everything like that.
It might have been 92.
Parrothead, what up, Parrothead? How you doing?
Hail Parrothead. What's up, bro?
Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay, so now we're going to get into the next part of this, man. I am excited. I had so much fun filming this one too, because it's not that I don't have fun filming all these different toys, but there's certain ones that really just take me back, and they hit that spot. They hit that nostalgic spot hard, and this was actually one of them for me. So here we go. So, in case you probably can't tell right out of the box, this is an extremely large figure. And of course, he comes with a little wheelie who can perch up on his shoulder. Now, unfortunately, this wheelie is not really posable. Yeah, the legs bend a little bit, but he's still in that sitting position. The arms move a little bit and the head turns. But other than that, he's pretty much just a stationary figure that's going to sit on Grimlock's shoulder or something. I mean, I think this would have been better if it was fully posable, at least. I mean, granted, I know he's not going to transform, but if he was at least had some knee articulation, I think it would have been a little bit better to fit alongside Grimlock. But Grimlock himself looks incredible. We're going to have to check out the articulation on this thing. So he has the normal arm articulation. This is really cool. These arms are ratcheted. Now, granted, there's no ratcheting going up and down like that, but they go all the way out, go up and down. A little bit of a turn at the bicep. Of course, there's an elbow twist. There's even a hand turn. There's waist swivel. His head moves around, doesn't really look up, but it can look down a little bit. Of course, almost transforming him there. Legs go all the way out in a full split. Of course, you got the hip. Got a little bit right there at the thigh. Of course, the knee joint. And he does have a little bit of a rocker right there. incredible articulation on this one. And like I said, this one is huge. As comparison to one of the other larger figures that I'd gotten from the Kingdom line, which was Galvatron. Galvatron is quite small next to Grimlock. Grimlock is pretty huge. So, what do you think about that now that we've gotten a little bit further into that review?
Yeah, man. Like I said, for a figure that big, I'm happy to see that they're still putting more of those, like the rockers by the ankle. Like, I was kind of impressed too when I opened them up. I was like, oh, I wasn't really expecting, that much movement out of them. But yeah, they did a really nice job. I do wish that Wheelie did have more articulation as well. You added that extra little guy at least to elbow joints and knee joints.
Well, what? I think they could have got away without even adding the elbow joints if they would at least put a knee joint in there so he could stand up next to him when he's in robot mode.
Oh, yeah.
Or rather in dinosaur mode or something. Because if they would have put at least like a knee bend or something like that, it would have been maybe a little bit easier to find a way to sit him on his back or something, or to perch him on his back. Because once he's in dinosaur mode, there really is nowhere that you can actually peg him. And I hate that. It would have made more sense if he would have had bendable knees so you could stand him up next to the dinosaur mode.
Oh, for sure, man. You got to think about all those kind of things. They normally do. That's what I'm kind of surprised by. Because, if there's a figure that has like a lot of different weapons or parts like that, you could there's ports and stuff you could peg them into, or places you could actually hide them on the figure. But yeah, have a guy that big like that and that little dude, they could have thought of something more,
No, I think they definitely missed out on that one. Now, as far as everything else goes, like when we're talking about the articulation, I love that they put the ratcheting on the up and down on the arm, because that's the first thing that always wears out in the figures anyway, when you're moving the arms just up and down like that. So with that ratcheting in there, that's not going to wear out prematurely.
Dude, of course. Plus, he's because of the weight of the arms. Yeah, it was definitely smart to do that, because they will give out right away.
I don't know if somebody got him. Hopefully, somebody got shit tech and got him out of here. Or Wheelie just needs a boost to loosen his knees. Hey,
inject him right in the joints.
Don't forget to smack that like button, like how we all wanted to smack a screaming brat at the toy store that threw tantrums because his mom didn't buy him the toy he wanted. I never did that because I knew if I would make a scene, I wasn't going to get shit.
Oh, that's right. It's like, okay, well, it was a nice trip to the store. Let's go home now.
You ain't getting nothing. Watch me get something for myself. Well, like, damn it. That didn't work out. Yeah, he was an afterthought packing, and that's a shame. He should have been a little bit more than that. I mean, like I said, I really don't care about him transforming because he's an addition to Grimlock, and I get that. But, I mean, at least if they would have had the knee bend there, it would have made it just a little bit more presentable, especially if you're going to put it on a shelf. If you want to put him in his dinosaur mode, it would make a lot more sense. Otherwise, you got to have him, like, kneeling down or something. Just dumb to me. Stieg, what's going on, Stieg? Merry Pigmas, my friend.
What's up, man?
Small time Republic. What's going on? Hell. And Brutal Morningwood. Seems they're going to show up anyways. Yeah. I mean, that's the problem. But, I like to get rid of them anyway because they're nuisances, and I want to let them know that they're not welcome.
Yeah. I had a couple in my last stream as well, just out of nowhere. It's weird.
Chris says, my parents used to leave me at the store and drive home. Childhood was fun.
Did they not understand
at the counter? Whose child?
Did they not understand how toy stores work? It's say, oh yeah, it's a store full of toys. He'll have fun playing with everything, and then we'll pick them up later. It's not daycare. Oh shit!
But all right, we're gonna play the last part that I put together for this one, and I did a comparison with old G1 Grimlock because I had to.
Oh, cool!
I had to. And before I wind up putting him in his dinosaur form and we see what he looks like there, why not have a comparison with his original G1 version? Yeah, The G1 version is tiny as compared to this newer one. This 86 one is actually amazing how well it was done. And it shows off a lot of the nods to the original G1 with the gold, the plate right there in the center. Everything that they possibly could have put in here to make this look G1, they did. Kudos to them for an awesome job right there.
Me Grimlock no bozo, me king!
So even in his Dinobot mode, he is extremely large. I mean, once again, he's still a little bit bigger than Galvatron, even in his Dinobot mode. It's pretty amazing. But the way that this thing looks is incredible. There are little ball joints right there in his little mini Tyrannosaurus arms, and there's actually a bend right there. Granted, I think his arms are a little bit long, but of course the mouth opens and closes. That is really nice. And of course there's, you know, the articulation that was already in the legs. And the one thing that I really did appreciate this thing about it was how easy it was to transform. Granted, I don't like that there's an empty spot in the back. That's kind of a little weird. I don't know if maybe there's something else I'm missing that goes back there, but I'm just going by the transformation that was on the original one. This one is very intuitive. If you are a fan of the old school Transformers, you can figure this one out relatively easy. I mean, there's a few more flips and turns, but otherwise, it transforms almost exactly like the G1. I appreciate that, and I think this one is incredibly well done. If you do have an opportunity to pick up the 1986 Transformers, the movie, Grimlock, I would highly recommend it. Anyway, guys, I hope you all have a very Merry Pigmas. Take care, y'all.
Merry Christmas!
I had that in there.
Now I know why you have so many bots in here right away. Now you have a Russian bot. It's because we're talking about Transformers. So I just wanted to get in on the algorithms. Dude, no, that figure is beautiful, and that was great that you have the original as well. Seeing that side by side was really cool. Fun fact with that Grimlock, if you open up his mouth, he's got a port, and you could put like the Jetfire blast, like those blast effects, in the mouth.
Oh, really?
So look like he's shooting it out. Yeah, cool.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. I mean, there's always a few things you might miss initially when you're actually checking these figures out. So,
oh yeah, man, for sure. Like I wanted to film something recently too, but I didn't get a chance because I'm doing a lot of work right now. I'm trying to get more done before the holidays, but yeah, I do have a cool figure as well. I'll show in a couple of minutes, but yeah, dude, that Grimlock is fantastic. I'm curious if they're going to make any more of the Dinobots.
I would love to see the rest of them. I mean, at least see all the ones that were in the 86 movie.
Mm-hmm. That'd be great.
I see we did have a few more people real quick. I see Eric K. What's going on, Eric K?
What's up?
Hey, all. Luffy is God. Grimlock is in my top 5 of all-time Transformers. Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
He is a great figure, too. This one is amazing.
It's
just wanted
beauty.
to say, balls. The G1 version had gold chrome. The new one's gold. Yeah. It's not the gold chrome because that was actually a legitimate gold chrome foiling that they used to do on the old figures. Like the old Transformers, they weren't just like a foil paint. They were legitimately chromed, all those old figures. And that's why when they wear off, it's almost impossible to match that up with any kind of spray stick or with some of this like spaz stick or some of the other ones they have. It almost does not match up the same way. And there is a few companies they actually could send your parts to, and they can completely re-chrome them like they were originally when they came off the assembly line, which is pretty cool.
That is cool.
I don't remember how expensive they are, but I know they were doing parts and they were like $15 a part or something like that. Yeah, he should be bigger than Galvatron. Yeah, he's a T-Rex.
That's right.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier too, as well. Yeah, new version has a vastly better T-Rex form. Absolutely, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
The only official Russian bottle out. Grimlock breathe fire. Yes. Oh, what's going on? Decepticons, cable toys, and villains. Transformers were the best, and they still are. Like,
Oh yeah, man.
like most of them. I'm not going to say that Hasbro hasn't missed the mark a few times because they absolutely have. But yeah, go ahead, Vinny.
No, it's true, man. They definitely have. I was gonna just say for our Decepticon buddy, I have a Decepticon I could show you soon. If you want to see it, I didn't get a chance to do any filming, but I did take a quick shot. Tommy did give me a good idea on how I could shoot this because it's a massive piece. But yeah, I might do it if I get a little bit of time during Christmas. But where's my share screen? This thing is fantastic. Now, again, it is a third party, but here's Devastator. This thing is absolutely gorgeous, and here he is next to the Earthrise, Netflix version of Optimus. So you can see the height comparison, which I think it's pretty damn accurate to like how the cartoon was. They're about
that was the one thing about the cartoon. Sometimes they were accurate, and sometimes they were oversized. Because there was a few times where they made Devastator look almost as tall as Omega Supreme, which should not happen, really.
Right, right. But that's when you would take out the core figures and you could stand them next to them. But yeah, dude, and this came with a light up feature as well. This thing is damn impressive. I'd say maybe from the feet to the top of his head, maybe about 15 inches, and like to the pieces that are sticking up on his arms, maybe 16.5 to 17 inches. Pretty damn big. But yeah, and all those parts, all the different trucks, they do transform as well. You could get the 6 robots, vehicles into robot mode as well. I haven't done it yet. I wanted to see what this guy looked like all together. But yeah, he is damn impressive. And this came up with a light up feature for the eyes. Here he is next to that little bumblebee as well. So you just see the size comparison on that. But yeah, I found this on eBay for a steal. It was like $65. Yeah, I ordered them at the start of the month. I kind of saw it in passing. I was like, this guy's got pretty good or high reviews. I'm like, I'll give it a shot. It did come from China, but dude, the quality is there, man. Holy shit, beautiful. And yeah, from what I understand, I guess they did do. Hasbro did actually make a version themselves. So this is what this probably is a ripoff of, or a recasting, and whatnot.
Well, I can't remember exactly what the Hasbro one looked like, but the Hasbro one did really look good. But like I said, it only came in a box set, and the first time I remember seeing it, and I seen it a little bit late, they were going for almost $200. It looked amazing, and it looked like it was huge like that. I'm not sure if it's exactly the same, because I do know that the way that they based the Constructicons on for the Hasbro series was actually based off the IDW Comics version.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. All right. Well, I got to say, though, like I said, each of those vehicle modes are in perfect scale, I think, with, again, the regular kind of lines that they've been releasing the last few years from Hasbro. But like I said, you can see he doesn't have the proper logo for the chest piece. But they
third party companies always make those things that you could put on them.
Yeah, of course. But like I said, though, I don't mind it either way. But yeah, they put that extra light up feature for the head as well, which was really cool. I had no idea. I was transforming the thing, and like you have to flip around the parts of it to build, kind of like assemble the head. And then I'm like, oh shit, there's a switch. Put it on. I'm like, oh my god, dude, they really thought of everything. And yeah, and that crane that's on the top of his shoulder there, you could actually take it off and use it like as a club in his hand as well, which I thought was pretty cool.
Now, are those fingers articulated too?
Yes, they all are. There's joints, just like your finger, but you have the 3 points, and the thumb too. The thumb has two different parts of articulation, and which is cool, is when you do transform him, you see his forearms, they actually split open, and you could fold the hands up into them.
Right. So you don't have a parts former.
Yeah, dude, they fucking did a great job with this. Like almost all the guns you could put, like you could hide them because each one of the robots, they come with one. Two of them were tricky. I couldn't figure out where the hell they go, so I just put one up by his shoulder there, and the other one is just kind of loose. But for the most part, though, the other four, yeah, there are areas where you could stick them. Like there's one that's under the foot here. There's a port where you can put the gun, the leg, But I thought it was awesome. And yeah, you can see right here, he's got a peen. That's a gun. Ironically. I bet if I dropped it down, it looked like he will have a dick.
I know it's not going to be Drew sized, but I'm sure Drew would appreciate it nonetheless. And Decepticon, he's like, I need that.
Dude, but I gotta say though too, like even like the that whole arm part, it has pistons all over it, so it's all articulated. The cement roller, they put something in there so it sounds like when you spin it, like there's something in there. Dude, I gotta say, man, 4-star figure, 4 out of 4 stars for sure, or 5 out of 5, however you want to do it. But yeah, dude, this thing is amazing.
And especially for the price that you said you got it for, that does absolutely sound like a steal for something like that.
Dude, absolutely. That's why I sent you the link if you're interested in it. But hell yeah,
definitely check it out. Chris Fisk, as a graphic designer, I fell in love with the G1 Transformer packaging. That purple, the red or purple grid gradient is amazing. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And what's going on? I'm not Creative 22. Always a pleasure to see you. And Death by Saber, what's up, buddy? Death by Saber is beautiful. Chris Fisk,
yeah.
Wowza, he's a giant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't know I would get him this soon either, because they had like it looked like it might have been late January kind of scheduled for, but dude, I got it right before Christmas.
R says Vinny got a Fausty like steal of a deal.
That's right.
What's going on? Awesome one. Good to see you.
Hail, brother.
Nice articulation. Great job.
Yes, dude.
Extra booster gun.
Extra booster. There's one thing I need to try to see if I can loosen it up. His left knee here, this is like where you kind of slide the two parts together. It's bent at an angle, like because you're supposed to flip it out, like it's stuck. So I got to see if I can loosen it up. But like I said, he stands pretty damn well, and there's really no issue there. But yeah, I just need to make sure that it's kind of all flush. That's probably it. But yeah. Excellent.
I mean, sometimes those things they just don't slide into place right for whatever reason. It happens.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, Death by Saber, I had an Optimus Prime. It cost me $20. Came with trailer many years ago. It's always good when you can find those deals. I mean, that's the thing. There's a lot of people out there that are just like getting rid of their collections because they just can't keep them anymore. And if you catch those people when they're selling them, you can find incredible deals. Just got to hope that a whole bunch of other people aren't looking at it at the same time. What's going on, Wookie? My favorite Wookie. What's going on?
Wookie? Hail, brother. Excellent, man.
Thank you for posting my link. Yeah. I got some really good people in here. We'll post your links in here. So if you don't already have a link, ask one of the guys that have a link to post it. I've linked up most of the people that are in my chat.
Nice.
I had GoBots, the Jet Leader 1. Yeah, I still have mine. I also have the Super GoBot version of Leader 1 and Psykill.
Sweet. Dude,
I was actually surprised. I was surprised that if you transform Leader 1 and put him next to Starscream, in robot mode, they're very, very close to the same height. And the only thing that changes a little bit is jet mode. The Starscream one is much longer than Leader 1. But, I mean, even then, they're still fairly comparable in size.
Oh, nice. Dude, that's awesome. Like I said, man, I love those kind of things, man. Jets and planes. And like I said, the Constructicons. I've never had these when I was a kid. I had some of the other Transformers, but these guys were always a pain in the ass to get. And I remember there was like a friend of my brother's. He was able to get like 2 of these. He couldn't find them all either, and that's what was kind of crazy. So yeah, I don't know. I guess the kid in me was like, no, I love G1. I have so many of these kind of G1 type figures that they've been doing recently, which again are magnificent. But yeah, I wanted him to kind of be in scale with them, and yeah, this is a great deal, a great steal, and a wonderful find.
Wookie says, my next door neighbor is selling a bunch of Episode 1 era Star Wars toys right now. Yeah, it's a shame when they do that.
Yeah.
Captain Link is posting his Trek. And I'm not creative. I was cutting down on YouTube because my last video did not do so well. But if anyone still wants to watch it because they did not get notified, here's the link. And you know what? And that's a good thing to do because a lot of times people are not getting notifications. I can't even tell you, like, if I go to look on my homepage, usually if you're streaming your own live, you will see your name pop up as like, oh, your channel is live. I could open it up right now and it will not show me that my channel is live.
Yep. It's retarded. I'm definitely in the same boat. I don't know why they're doing this. It could be just what we talk about as well. I really I'm uncertain, but I know they're always changing the rules, right? They're moving the goalposts 24/7.
Well, I know for a fact they just don't like me. And it's probably because I don't like to take their shit, and I've called them out on their nonsense a couple times.
Yeah.
So they've got a hate boner for me.
It's
Cows Hoy, Merry Christmas, buddy.
You've literally got on Twitter. It's like F them, F this.
Oh yeah, I did it. Matter of fact, I did it yesterday again too. I don't take their shit. Death by Saber. I had Voltron lines when I was 12 years old, and it cost me $80. My punk ass little brother broke the Green Lion's tail, so I couldn't form Voltron anymore. Oh,
Son of a
sucks.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes if you look out there, you could find parts. I mean, that's what I did with a lot of Transformers that when I rebuilt my collection, because my original entire collection got stolen, and I had Devastator. I had managed to go out and pick up all the individual Constructicons.
Wow.
And I had the full Devastator figure. And that was another one of the ones that got stolen along with all the packaging and whatnot. Oh, man, was I pissed. Here's an interesting thing a lot of people don't know about Devastator and the Constructicons. Everybody thinks that was a creation by Hasbro and Takara when they got started under the Transformers brand name. It was not. It actually existed before Transformers was even a branded franchise. It existed in the Diaclone era under Takara in Japan.
Nice.
But there they were orange, yellow, and like a off reddish color. So they were almost kind of like mix and match. Like I wasn't even sure if you can get all of them in the exact same color or not. Like I think certain ones weren't available. So you almost had like this mismatch color looking Devastator at the time. But
wow.
Yeah, that was all under the original Diaclone.
That would make sense. Yeah, because I've seen a variant on him that he is all orange.
They did redo Devastator in Generation 2 after Generation 1 ended, and they did him more in the Diaclone-like colors, and they released an orange and a yellow one.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
He beat his ass. I bet you did. Bruce, what's up, Bruce? I take a celebratory drink every time a communist dies. I support violence against Marxists. That's why YouTube hates me. Meanwhile, I'm praying for San Andreas to just let it go. It's time.
Hell, Bruce, man.
Awesome. No, I hear you. I'm not creative. That's crazy. But holy shit, man, that Devastator does look awesome. I'm definitely gonna have to check into that. I mean, obviously, right now, trying to order that, I'm not gonna see it until sometime into the new year. But
yeah, but dude, like I said, man, I saw you told me about it, and then I saw the review on it. But I already ordered in between that time. The DeLorean, and I still got to crack them open. I haven't been able to yet because I want to film that as well. My hands have been full because I'm like pretty much one page and a panel and a half away from finishing the pencils and inks on the book. So I'm kind of making that priority right now. But
I mean, you're just like Drew in an aspect. His hands are always full, but you're actually doing work.
Yeah, my hands are always full too, and I'm doing work. Shit. But yeah, again, that's why I love that we're doing these streams because it is a lot of fun, bringing back a lot of great memories too, and all this stuff. And yeah, it's like again, I can't afford too many things, but if I find a steal, oh yeah, I'll jump on it. Dude, Merry Christmas.
No, absolutely. I mean, here's the thing with me. There's a lot of these figures that I would have liked to have bought already. I know I wish I could have got Omega Supreme. I wish I could have got the Arc. I wish I could have got Metroplex.
Yeah.
Because they made Metroplex early on in the Siege line. And that thing
Damn.
was huge. It was like 3.5 feet tall. That thing was gigantic.
Hell.
Yeah. It was, but it's so expensive. Like, I mean, when it first came out brand new, they were selling for $175 in the store. And I mean, that's a huge hit to take. You know,
it is.
One figure.
Mm-hmm. It's insane. That, and then he's massive on top of it. Like, you know, the room for some of these things, like, we got to knock down a wall.
Yeah, I know, right? Holy cow. And like, here's the problem with all those really giant ones, because those what they call their Titan class as far as the new line is concerned. They're so damn huge. Like, if you were to collect every single one, where the hell are you going to put all of those? Because those things by themselves, like all the ones they've made so far, because they did the Arc, they did Metroplex, they did Triptychon, they did Omega Supreme.
They crowdfunded Unicron. That thing is just insane.
But I don't think they ever went to public release, right? Because they didn't make enough money.
Oh, were they supposed? I thought it was just the people who crowdfunded.
Oh, well, I thought that they were trying, because what the way HasLab was doing it is they were doing like crowdfunding for people. And if they got to a certain mark, you know, kind of like stretch goals when you're doing your books. So if they would have hit their goal, then they would have did a public release of it too. Because they did that. They've done that for a few other figures.
Yeah.
And I heard something about they didn't quite reach that goal line.
Okay. Which is hilarious, right? Because, you know, these companies, they make so much money every damn year. But again, like you said, though, who would be able to afford them? Wouldn't he be like $1,000 or something?
Well, like I said, most of my scene now, they're like, they started off at around 175, and that was the Metroplex with the first Titan version that they did for the Siege line. And since then, they seem to have gone up the price, and I want to say that they're somewhere around $220 off the shelf, if you can find it. And that's a big if.
What was it? Was it on?
Yeah,
no. I was just curious about the crowdfunding thing. Was it Kickstarter?
I don't remember exactly how they did it. All I remember is they did it through their HasLabs. That's all I really remember Hasbro was doing.
Oh, okay.
They were doing certain figures through HasLab, and if they got to a certain level and whatever crowdfunding that they're using on it, that they would actually go into public releases for them.
Yeah.
Well, I recall one of them, and I'm pretty sure it was Unicron, didn't quite meet the number.
Okay. Well, I couldn't find the page, but I did find from Big Bad Toy Store, which is, again, one of those online stores that they have like everything. He was going for $1,500.
Wow.
He is 27 inches tall and more than 50 points of articulation.
And that's the Unicron one.
Yeah. And then,
well, I mean, like I said, that would make sense because he was one of the ones that didn't move into public sale. Yeah. Like if you look up the Metroplex one, I know that one's expensive now, but I want to say that one's probably priced somewhere around $350 to $400. I think.
Maybe. Well, I was just looking at the other parts on this too. It says that it's 30 inches in diameter when it's in planet mode.
Woof.
Where the hell? How the hell? What? Dude, that's crazy. It's bigger than a coffee table.
Yep, we all did. I'm not creative. We were making jokes about the Unicron variant. But yeah, some of the other ones that they did is I know they did Fortress Maximus, and they also did Scorponok. So that's like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's like 6 or 7 of them. 6 or 7 of those giant ass figures. Plus, they did a Devastator as well. by
Wow.
Hasbro. And that came out right around the Siege line, I do believe. Or it might have came out right before it. I forget now. That might have came out right before it. But either way, I mean, you're looking, even if you're just looking at like 6 of those figures, they're so wide and they're so massive. That's going to almost take up an entire wall.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Do we know what year that Metroplex came out? 2013 it looks like. Okay. There was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive as well.
I'd hate to see how much that one costs.
Oh,
I'm sure that one's...
He's going for over 700.
Now, I do remember seeing the Titan class version of Metroplex in like a Target or something like that once.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember seeing that $175 price tag, and that was like before I had any kind of like extra money to spend at all. And I looked at that and I just was like, oof.
Oh, dude. Yeah. If you want this guy in the box, he's starting at like almost $700.
Wow. It's a lot more than what I thought he would be at by now.
Oh, yeah. There's a couple people who have them loose, and it looks like it's about 200 to 400. But yeah, that's insane. That's fucking crazy. You know, these people like missing parts and shit too.
Which they're almost always.
Oh yeah, of course. But yeah, that's damn impressive. But yeah, man, I would never be able to.
And it looked great. Like I said, it looks pretty damn good. I mean, he almost looks a little bit on the thin side though. But
a little bit, yeah, he's got like a sleeker design. The chest and shoulders are still really big on him, but yeah, like the midsection and the top, like the thighs, they could have thickened those out a bit more.
Now, Bone, what's going on, Bone? I was at a comic book shop today. I was looking at a lot of old toys. They get very expensive. Yeah. Well, you know what? Every once in a while now, I don't know if you run into this, like, because we don't have a lot of local comic book shops where I'm at over here in Southwest Florida. But when I went up north and I went over to PA, I found a few of the local comic book shops there, and they had a whole bunch of older Transformers and everything. And he had them moderately priced inside of a comic book shop. I was like shocked. I don't know if he was like getting these things for consignment to sell in his shop, or if he was just buying like big lots of freaking figures like extremely cheap. And then even then, I mean, he's got to know how much most of them are worth. He wasn't like really jacking the price up that much, which I was like shocked.
Well, if it's too high, you're going to scare people away.
Because he had like I mean, most of the stuff he had there, of course, was loose. But it was in good condition. Like I found like an old, you remember the Battle Chargers, the Decepticons? They were based after the Jump Starters. They were almost the same design. You'd pull back and let them go, and they would like jump up in the robot mode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I found both of those, and he was only selling them for like $14 a piece, and they both had the little guns that you could put on the shoulders.
Oh wow.
Like they were basically complete just without the box, and he was only selling them for like $14 a figure. And I was like, wow, really? I was shocked. He had some of the Fall and the War for Cybertron figures, and none of them were marked over 30.
Holy
and
shit.
I know I've seen those figures selling for sometimes $70 or more loose.
Wow. Did you pick up anything else or just the one?
No, I picked up a handful of them.
Oh, okay.
I enough to fill up like one of those little plastic shoe boxes.
There you go.
No, I can't pass that stuff up. I had a little bit of money, and I was like, hey, I'm going to grab those things for my collection because my collection apparently isn't large enough.
Damn. You're getting there. No.
Cows Hoy, my goat army will smash Hollywood's heads in and take back our entertainment. I would love to see that. I'd also like to see the rest of the collective get out there and nibble off the toes of Mickey Mouse and watch him topple over.
Oh, yeah.
We've got it out for that mouse. We don't like him.
A lot of these people, they keep getting busted. So, yeah, I think maybe they will fall. They'll fall. We'll give them that
Chris, that's a good question.
What?
He says he wonders how much that sexy RC is going for after the Tumblerina's got it canceled.
Oh wow! All right, I didn't know they canceled the figure. Which one? Which RC was this?
I know that there was a company that was doing one that was extremely, how can I put this? It was very sexual in nature the way they did it. Like she had big breasts, she had a big ass, and all that stuff. I cannot remember the name of the company offhand. I remember I included it in one of my videos. I'm pretty sure that's the same one that Chris is talking about. It was
Okay.
from some Japanese company. It wasn't called RC. It was called something else, but you could tell it was RC.
All right. Yeah, the only thing I'm seeing right now, I'm seeing the Earthrise one. Which, you know, I always hate that with those kind of transformers, like what they did with her, where it's not a full transformer. Like she has like half of the car mode is like separate as a shield, and then you just kind of put it in place.
Yeah, I hate
That's what.
that. No, like there was one where it just flipped in the back. And oh, Bruce, take care. Merry Christmas, buddy. I hope you have an awesome stream.
Yeah, man. Merry Christmas, brother. Yeah, like I hate when they do that with those kind of figures. It's like, oh, come on. Like you can't design it better where it's a full transformer that you gotta like these extra pieces to slide in or
Yeah,
plug
you
in
know,
afterwards.
I didn't like that with Bumblebee and Cliff Jumper as well.
Yeah. That's why I kind of like the that Cybertronian one, the one I just picked up that was next to Devastator before. That's why I like that one because he's an actual full transformer. It's not an extra piece to put on him. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that stuff, it just irritates me when they do that. It's just a little bit of laziness because there's always a way to figure it out to put those things in there and to hide them. And for whatever reason, they just get sloppy in the end game when they're designing these things, and they're like, well, let's just make it a shield or something like that. Now, for certain characters, it might make sense. Like if you had I know they did a Brawn one, and Brawn, the top of his vehicle form would actually form a shield, and for somebody like Brawn, it kind of makes sense that maybe he would have a shield.
Yeah.
You know, but for like Cliff Jumper and Bumblebee, it just doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, I agree, man. It's kind of crappy when they do that. But like I thought they did it with the Sharkticon there. But I'm glad they didn't. It was just they did it for like the packaging purpose because it slides in and then you could transform them regular, you know?
Oh, here we go. The Bishoji RC figure outraged the Twitter mob.
Wow. That's yeah, I never heard of that company or that brand or whoever. Is it the name of the person who designed it?
I'm not sure. Is that the company or the person, Chris? I mean, that might be a different one than the one I remember, because the one that I remember seeing, that was actually years ago that it was created. And I'm assuming that they were probably remaking it, but then who knows?
I don't know. How do you spell it again?
Oh. BISHOUJO. Yeah, because I know that the one.
Yeah. No, I'm looking at it now. This thing actually did transform. Wow.
Yeah, I think the first one I was looking at, I believe that one transformed too, but I'm having a hard time remembering. But I remember it was overly sexualized, and there was a lot of people having gripes about it.
Yeah. Can't get a clear shot of this thing. It was never released.
Ah.
Right? Or was it?
The one that Chris is talking about?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. He said it canceled, so I'm assuming that it might have got canceled before it went to production.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because there's like one blurry photo. And yeah, because they made it look like all the white parts were just like her skin, but then they open up the chest area and gave her like big tits.
Yeah, like the one I'm talking about, she had like big knockers with big cleavage and big butt and all that stuff. Yeah, it was more like almost like a freaking action doll of RC than it was actually a figure, but I do believe that one
Yeah.
transformed too.
This is the only one I could find. Is this it?
That's very similar to the one that I seen. I mean, it's not exact. The one that I seen was actually a little bit more over sexualized than that, believe it or not.
Holy crap.
Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous.
So wait, this is the Earthrise one?
Yeah.
Okay. Which again, you can still put it into those positions and shit. So like, what are they? Was it this?
Oh yeah, that's the one I was talking about. The XO one. Yep, that's it.
Interesting.
Yeah, because she had high heels and everything.
$300 in stock. So they did release it.
Yeah, that one I know was released. I don't know if the other one that Chris is talking about was squashed before it got released.
Mm-hmm.
But that one I remember seeing. Like, because there was a whole bunch of people with pictures of it up in a bunch of different positions.
Yeah. It's oh shit. That's hilarious. I like the paint job they did with the pink.
Yeah, like a metallic pink.
Oh yeah, dude, that looks
see,
amazing.
See what I mean? Like it's over sexualized, like extremely.
Well, it's the thighs and the tits, really.
Oh, the ass too, because when I seen they showed a picture from behind, she had a big bubble butt. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, some girls can have it the thick. You know, they can.
Oh, this guy actually reviewed it. I've checked this guy's reviews out. He does great reviews. Might look at that afterwards, but yeah, because that's really cool, man. That's interesting. I am curious to see like these kind of third parties like that out of stock in other places, but yeah, that's cool. Because I'm curious to know like the scaling on it, like the size.
I don't remember how big it was. I'm pretty sure it was bigger than the average figure, though.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
I mean, for all the detail that they got in it, it would almost have to be.
Right. Well, yeah, with like most of those third parties, like they are a larger size anyway. But yeah, cool stuff, man. Yeah. So this guy's review was 2020 last year. All right, so yeah. Oh, she hasn't been out that long. Oh, here's a back shot. Yeah, not bad. Or no, wait, no, that's a different figure.
Yeah, that's a different figure.
That's this one.
That's not the nice C.
Yeah. Wow. Crazy. It's like there's so many different companies that do all these things.
Luffy's God said, my favorite by far was Starscream. He made me laugh all the time as a kid. One of my favorite episodes when he got the Constructicons to back him for leader.
Yeah, dude, I love Starscream. He's still one of my favorites as well. I have the original MP version of the masterpiece version of him. That he was like a darker gray.
Mm-hmm.
And he came with like the decals that you have to put on yourself.
Yeah, I actually got two Starscreams from the newer lines. I got the Siege one, and I did pick up the Earthrise one.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah. He's one of my favorite characters. I have that. I have the core version of him, the really small one. I think I got another one.
The only one that really pissed me off that I didn't have a chance to pick up is when they did the Rainmakers.
The ones that they were all solid color.
Yeah, they were the ones that originally it was a mistake in the actual designing for Sunbow, and they created a yellow, a bright yellow, a bright blue, and then a bright green, and then they became what was known as the the Rainmakers. So it was Acid Storm. It was oh god, what was the yellow one? Was it Sunstorm? I think it was Sunstorm, and then the other one was Ion Storm, the blue one. And Target had an exclusive for all three of them in their Cybertronian forms for the Siege line. And I so wanted it, But once again, it was like at the time I didn't have the money, and it was over $75 for the set, and I was just sitting there in the middle of the aisle, just like kicking the shelves, like son of a bitch.
Dude, I'm with you. The same exact thing happened to me. I saw it. I'm like, I can't afford this. They look great, but I'm like, there's no way I can pick this up.
Yes, Chris. They are the same voice actor. Starscream, Cobra Commander. Yes.
Is he still alive?
I am not sure. I want to say he is. Hell, Frank Welker's still alive too. Guy did
Frank
Megatron.
Welker, dude, that guy, man. I don't know how he still does the voices that he does.
Peter Cullen. There's another one that's been around for a while.
Oh yeah. Which again, like, how do you make a Transformers product and not have him voice it? Like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, like, I got to say though, the guys that they did bring in for Netflix, at least they tried. You know what I mean? Because I've seen some of those other series where those people that they had replace Cullen and Welker, it was like they didn't even try at all.
But Welker, he came back for the Netflix one.
Did he?
Yeah, that was him doing Megatron. I'm pretty damn sure. It's I don't understand why they couldn't get Peter Cullen. Maybe.
Or are you talking about Walton, Wookie? We don't want to do that to Walton.
We roofied him. What a fag.
I had to find that. And I found that one where he slapped him, and I was like, at first I was just going to put that up as a clip, and I said, no, I've got to put Walton's head over that.
Oh, yeah, dude. That was the scene. That's the one that I always make that reference because I thought it was funny as hell. Oh, shit.
I don't think Walton has watched it yet. I think he's like deliberately avoiding it.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, Walton's roofies. For when you don't want to remember. Most of us don't.
He really doesn't.
He wants us to forget about it. It's not going away. We got to remember every time we stop in a live stream from now, it's going to be pills, trees, and coffee and shit. In that order.
Oh, shit. I almost want to see you pop up as like Bugs Bunny. Ain't I stinking?
The new Transformers movie. Really?
Hmm?
Now, Luffy is God. I'm not watching the new Transformers movie because they are replacing Peter Cullen.
Oh, dude. What the hell?
I mean, I know why Netflix did it. Netflix legitimately said that they were, they didn't have apparently a lot of money to put out. Like, I don't know what the deal was between them and Hasbro when they put the Netflix version up. Yeah. But apparently they had a limited budget, and they said that they had to cut corners on the budget. And one of the ways that they had to cut corners is they had to cut the Voice Actors Guild out, because apparently they get like a huge percentage because they're all part of the Voice Actors Guild. And that's why they hired people that, were not Peter Cullen, not Welker, and a lot of them other characters.
Wow, that's stupid.
I mean, it's kind of like a double-edged sword, really. I mean, you could blame the company for not using the original people, but then you could also blame these voice actors, guilds, and unions that are just raping people to death because they're part of a union. It kind of does go both ways.
Yeah, it's true.
Danny McKing. Don't forget, everyone gets some except Mardigan. Oh, poor Mad Mardigan. They should call them Flories because you end up on the floor. The other. Well, we don't know if Walton actually ends up on the floor or not. He may wind up on the floor in the bathroom.
Well, I was going to say, for him, would it be called an ouchie? They saw it took us.
We don't want to talk about Walton's Christmas toys. That's disgusting. The tree storian. Yeah, he's the tree storian. He's the ass storian. He's the roofie storian. And he's also the midge storian because he's a midget. His reputation is growing.
I'm glad to see.
Unlike his height.
I'm glad to see that Tommy's feeling way better. Good for us, bad for Walt.
Yeah, you know what though? Holy crap! I did feel great when I started putting that roofie one together.
Mhm.
Oh, I was just like I was dying. I was dying. My voice was just like getting better too. And I was like, every once in a while, I'd laugh so hard that my voice would get a little raspy, and I'd be like, I don't know. I'm sitting there dying on myself. But oh, I had so much fun doing that one. And Walton still hasn't watched it. He's scared. He knows that I got him this time, and he's
Oh, yeah.
running scared.
He certainly
6
is.
months from now, Walton. 6 months from now. Remember that. This was all your fault.
He's running to the nearest gay bar.
Dun, 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 dun.
That Police Academy had so many funny things in it. The Blue Oyster Club.
Well, I was actually looking to throw a few more things in there, but
Mhm.
believe it or not, they've been apparently taken down.
Really?
Like you can't find them. Like I was looking for that thing from Clerks. And I don't want to say it out loud because YouTube might get upset because they're one of the platforms that stripped it. But do you remember when he said something about Dante?
Not word for word. I don't remember. I vaguely kind of remember what you're talking about.
I'll put it in their private chat, but so they were talking, and he said that to him.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was looking for that, and it was stripped. I'm sure a lot of people in the chat might know what it is. It was the one scene where they were talking about Dante bogarting over the energy jinx and other stuff like that, and a certain phrase was used against him, insinuating that he was not of the straight variety.
Right.
But apparently that's highly offensive for YouTube.
Yeah, that he was a French cigarette.
There you go. Jedi Bill, what's going on, Jedi Bill? Good to see you.
Hello.
Welcome and Cullen are Transformers. Between the two of them, they voiced most of my childhood cartoons. Yeah, you know what?
Yep.
And oh God, what's his name? Why am I blanking on his name? That guy, he used to do a lot of the voiceovers for like intros for shows, like in between, like saying these shows are coming up.
Oh, in between?
God, he did a Cliff Jumper in the original Sunbow cartoons.
What was it? Michael Bell, was it?
No, he's got like that higher pitched voice. Like,
higher pitched voice.
I don't know why I'm blanking on this guy's name. But yeah, like he was in there. There was a few other people. God, like trying to remember all the different guys. I mean, because there was a lot of them. They were really nobodies before this, but this other guy was like he was one of the people that was actually somebody because he was everywhere.
Okay, see if we could find them. Oh, Casey Kasem.
Casey Kasem. There it is.
There you go. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, I forgot he was the voice.
And of course, you had Scatman Crothers as Jazz. I mean, personally, I can't hear Jazz without hearing Scatman.
Yeah.
So when they do recast him sometimes in some of these shows and they get somebody in to kind of sound like Scatman, I appreciate that shit.
Yeah. That's the least that they could do, right? You know? Get close to it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even like when they did that, their follow-up to The Shining. God, what was that movie called? I just watched it too.
Oh,
Dr. Sleep.
Dr. Sleep, yes.
Yeah. So the guy that they actually had played Scatman's part looked pretty good and did his best to sound like him.
Yeah, he really did. I was surprised that I think the entire casting was so damn close and accurate. Even the kid looked like the original one.
Yeah, I think they did a really good job with all the acting that they did.
Did you see the regular one or the director's cut?
I forget which one I have.
Okay, because the director's cut was was that awesome. I really liked it.
Yeah, Casey Kasem. Like, zoinks! Scoob! Yeah.
Scoob!
Hey, Scoob, what do you say we go into the back of the mystery machine and fire us up a doobie? Okay, Reggie.
That was pretty good. I found a great meme I think you guys will appreciate since it is, we just talked about Scooby. Hold on a second, let me share this again.
No, yeah, I've seen that one a few
Oh, you
days
see
ago.
this one?
Yeah.
Let's split up, gang. Daphne, Velma, come with me. Shaggy, you go with Scooby. Fred goes places.
Scoop, between me and you, I think Fred is doing something a little funny with those girls.
I thought that was awesome. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I mean, oh my God. Yeah, voice actors like that. Like most people didn't even realize that Casey Kasem did Cliff Jumper. And I mean, the only reason I knew it because Cliff Jumper is one of my favorite characters originally, as
Yeah.
far as the mini bots were concerned. Because when I first was introduced to Transformers, when they were rebranded, of course, after Micro Change, Diaclone, and everything like that, and they first came packaged as Transformers. One of the first ones I wanted was Cliff Jumper, but he was impossible to find at first. And that's why I wound up getting Huffer, a little orange truck at first. And then after that, I found Wind Charger. And then after that, the whole time I'm looking at Bumblebee and I'm like, I don't want it. I don't want it. There was something about yellow cars that I just didn't want no part of initially.
Awesome.
So, yeah, in the end, when I decided, I need to get a Bumblebee to complete my collection, I couldn't find one. But I wound up picking up every one of the other ones. Like some of them I couldn't get into 85 when they re-released all the original ones and they gave them the mini spies because that's the only way you could get the mini spies.
Yeah,
they came packaged with those original 6.
Yeah, a lot of those figures I was able to get them on the re-release because the original ones were so damn hard to get. Even like Grimlock, they had some weird feature like he was inside of like a shell of a man or something. I don't know if you remember that. Like they had a weird gimmick that they were doing with some of them. Like it was like a reverse Transformers or something.
Yeah, the Pretenders.
Oh that was it. I don't remember the name of it.
Yeah, they came with a shell. Like Grimlock came in like what almost looked like a guy with body armor on.
Yeah,
and you open the shell up, and then he had a little mini dinosaur in there.
Yeah, and you could transform him. Like I because I was never able to get the original one. But dude, I think Huffer was the one that we all got. He's like the only Transformer that you were able to find.
Yeah, I was able to find him and Gears early on.
Yeah.
Like I said, I got lucky and I picked up Wind Charger, and then I eventually found the Cliff Jumper, and I think the only one that I really had to get into the second season was Brawn. I think.
Okay.
I think Braun was the only one I had to pick up in the second series, but yeah, even then when they did that second wave and they had the mini spies with them, I still couldn't find the Bumblebee. Still couldn't find it.
Damn. Well, the one that you have in that review with Grimlock, you had the one that's all white. Which one's that?
Oh, well, that's the newer series. I'm talking about like the original.
Yeah, the originals, right?
Yeah.
But it's the same guy.
But that one is actually a Bug Bite. That's actually it was like a HasLab exclusive or something.
Oh, okay.
Like from their HasLab store or whatever it's called. Where you order them directly. Yeah. Bug Bite is actually a GoBot's name. There was a white Beetle, a white Volkswagen Beetle in the GoBots line. It was called Bug Bite.
Cool.
So when Tonka eventually sold over all the rights to the GoBots to Hasbro, they acquired the name of the GoBots. They acquired the name of all the characters, anything that had to do with the cartoon. And what they did early on is they did like an exclusive con series of figures where they remolded like the older figures like Huffer and Bumblebee and a few of the other ones, and they repainted them and they just called them by the GoBots names. Well, apparently they got in a little bit of trouble for that because even though they own the names to the characters and everything that went along with GoBots, they don't own the rights to the figures themselves.
Okay.
So when they did the White Beetle, that was supposed to be associated with the Machine Robo version that Bandai still owns. Apparently they got in a little bit of trouble. So when they did this version of Bug Bite, he's not a Beetle. He's more like that sports car that Cliff Jumper is.
Okay. Huh. That's interesting. Dude, I remember when that Cliff Jumper did come out, that Earthrise one. they were just putting them out where I was able to get them. Like the guy literally opened up the box, really in the middle of the day too. I'm like, oh shit, these came out. Yeah, I'll take it. I'm glad I did because I never saw them in the stores ever again. Like I'm kind of still, my mind is a little bit blown on like, because when you think like a lot of these kind of collectors, like, yeah, they're not really hitting too many things. It's like certain specific stuff, like the Transformers, you're not going to really find in stores. Like I get it, but like, because for a while I saw Transformers everywhere, and now, dude, you can't really find them. It's only if they just put them out and then poof, gone.
Yeah, I mean, there's been quite a few times that I've gone out to the stores and I've gotten extremely lucky and I found a few that I was actually looking for. But lately, yeah, even that has been so difficult to actually, to the point where I wanted to get my Huffer figure for the new line for Kingdom and I couldn't find it anywhere. I said, screw this. I went straight to Hasbro's website on eBay and I just ordered it from there because I'm going to pay the exact same for it on eBay as I would if I went out to the store. So why should I waste my time beating my head against the shelves in Target or somewhere else looking for those figures when I'm not going to find it because all these shit ass freaking slack jaw, are out there stealing them all to sell them
French
themselves.
Cigarettes. Black jawed French cigarettes.
Thank you for finishing. Oh no, Steve, really? You have now surpassed me in subs. Get out of here. Guinea Pig Collective is gaining subs again. I can't believe it.
Oh shit.
I'm doing my damnedest to fight against YouTube and their shitty algorithm. I'm surprised Mr. Algorithm hasn't shown up. Every once in a while, I get algorithm shows up and look, we're not trying to suppress you. Then why do you do it?
Crazy.
But yeah, I mean, there's so many other figures that I want to pick up from this line and I can't find. And there's other ones I just don't want, and I see them all the time in the store, and I just pass up on them all the time. Like I constantly see the Beast Wars Megatron.
Yeah. Oh my God. They had, last time I was in Target, they had two different sections that had Transformers. So they had the regular section, and then I was cutting up an aisle to leave the store. I'm like, oh, this is weird. It was like in the middle of nowhere, like one of the kind of islands in between, and maybe they had 25 to 30 of him just all stacked. I'm like, what the hell? And like they knocked off like just a couple of bucks on. I'm like, I still don't want it because I don't.
Look at this fitting.
What's that?
Algorithm. That is a good one. Hello there.
Excellent. Hello.
Now, as far as the Beast Wars ones, I did see somebody did. They picked them up and I think they repainted them or something like that, and they were kind of trying to doing the Godzilla versus Kong, so they picked up the Optimus Primal and they put the Megatron there.
Oh, that's
I
funny.
seen somebody do that, and then I also seen they had an exclusive Jurassic Park Transformers crossover where it was the Megatron Beast Wars from Kingdom as the T-Rex, and the Jeep from the park actually transforms into a little Autobot.
Oh, wow. No, I haven't seen that. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, I seen it. It was an exclusive, I think. I think it was an exclusive. It's definitely not something that I ever seen in the stores.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm not a huge Jurassic Park fan.
No.
I've never been a big fan of that series.
The original movie, I thought that was probably the best thing that they did. And then the new one of what do you call it, Chris Pratt, that first one only, Jurassic World, that was the only one that was like, okay, that's all right. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of them either.
But when I seen that figure pack and I seen that, I was like, wow, that even for somebody who's not a huge fan, I was like, that's pretty badass. It looked really good.
Well, the design of the Jeep itself is so great, like the paint job and everything. Like I said, the first movie I did enjoy.
Yeah, I'm not creative. Yeah, I mean, well, that's because Transformers have not gone woke. Don't go woke. Don't go broke.
They did the IDW comics. They did.
Yeah, the IDW version did, and that's a damn shame. Hey, Shadowhawk Backs, what's going on? Merry Pigmas.
Merry Christmas, man. Merry Pigmas. Indeed.
Oh,
But like
there
I
you
said,
go.
though, yeah, tomorrow I will still be doing a stream. It'll be a little bit earlier. It'll be like about 4:30ish. So yeah, I figured I'd do a Christmas Eve stream. Why the hell not?
Oh, sorry about that. My voice is starting to wear out again.
Oh, it's all right, dude.
Oh man, sorry.
It's all good. Brother.
Yeah.
Don't overexert yourself. Otherwise, you'll need another booster.
No boosters. I've been taking something. It's like a natural cough relief.
Mm-hmm.
It's like honey and elderberry and some other shit, ivy or something.
Nice. Very good. Yeah, I know, because people seem to forget too. Like regular colds and flus are still around. It's not all, Optimus Prime.
Yeah, I invented the internet, so I'm always here. Yo, Nano Reaper, what's going on?
What's up, brother?
I kept for more people getting eaten in the Jurassic Park movies. Drink some water, Tommy. Yeah. The only problem is the water is very far away from me, and the guinea pigs are actually holding it hostage.
Dude.
They're very stingy. But yeah, like there's so many other figures that I wanted to show with that Grimlock.
Mm-hmm.
One of them I picked up recently was the Sharkticon.
Yeah, he's a cool little guy.
Yeah, the 86 one.
I like that. I wish there was waist articulation though in him.
Yeah, I haven't opened them up yet, but it's a shame I'm not creative. The early IDW comics were absolutely fantastic. Like there's a couple in there that are just like they will blow you away with the stories that they lay down. And one of the stories that they have is Megatron Origins. Incredibly good book by IDW. I mean, granted, it kind of plays on that. He was a bit of a victim in a way, but it also plays into, okay, you can understand why he went that direction.
Yeah.
Considering what was kind of in play.
Mm-hmm.
So it made a lot more sense than just saying, okay, well, it was just, this or that. I mean, it made a lot of sense. Now, granted, the Netflix version, even though they kind of played into the IDW a little bit, they still played a lot more heavily into the Sunbow influence, because that's why they brought in the Quintessons, and the Quintessons was, I was the one that freed your people. I was the one that gave you the ability to transform, which I appreciated that too. But like the early IDW comics, like they don't even make mention of the Quintessons at all. Like those early Marvel comics. And it wasn't, it wasn't until much later on that they introduced the character of Primus as an actual character,
right?
And say, that he's Cybertron, But
yeah, you are correct on that, dude. Yeah, it's kind of cool and crazy, like how how a lot of things evolve and change, and But again, I think G1 is it's the best stuff. So always get back to that. Always get back to the OG.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's the smartest thing they could do.
Yeah, G.I. Joe versus Transformers, that was actually a very good comic line when they did that. It didn't last incredibly long, and they actually did make some figures for it later on.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they did some crossover figures for it.
Cool.
I've seen all the Transformer Michael Bay movies. I also seen the Bumblebee movie. I have them on DVD and Blu-ray. And you know what? And if people like them, you could totally like them. I personally can't stand them. I think there's such a departure from the original work that it doesn't even make sense to me.
But like for me, I did prefer Bumblebee over the Michael Bay shit, because it felt like they were getting closer to what it should have been. And like the designs I really like Bumblebee's design and Optimus looks so damn good. Those are I like the visual stuff. So.
Well, I like I said, I've told everybody the first 4.5, 5 minutes of the movie is what I really like. That felt very G1. The only thing that pissed me off in that first 4 or 5 minutes is when he was calling him by something else and saying, he wasn't calling him Bumblebee. No, that was part of the Transformers lore from the very start. So yeah, missed me with that. That's very Michael Bay-ish, and I hated that. And of course, when they sent Bumblebee there first as a scout, and I've actually gone over this with somebody else, and that was part of a German comic book, because apparently Marvel Comics couldn't be released in Germany. There was a certain company that controlled all comics in Germany. So after the original comics were released in like 84, they didn't go. They sent everything over to Germany, and then Germany took the Marvel comics, and then they wrote their own versions of Transformers. And 9 times out of 10, they would mix them with a lot of other different franchises. And they created the story of Bumblebee going to Earth first. It was a non-canon version of Bumblebee that they used in that movie, that he went to Earth first. And that was just another thing that I hated. I mean, why are they using something that's non-canon? Why are they using trash like that? That irritated me as well. Yeah. That, and the fact that the Decepticons, even though Bumblebee had a little bit more of a G1 look in this movie, the other Decepticons and everything, they did not. They looked just like Michael Bay. And I was like, ugh.
You're 100% correct in that. Yeah, I was like, why? Yeah, I was confused why they did that shit too. Because like his transformation made more sense. He looked a lot better and cleaner. I hate when they have every single little stupid moving part and dangling shit on them. It's like, oh, come on. Assholes.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense, really. Not at all. I mean, and that's why they had such a hard time when they were coming up to time to design the toys for that. And a lot of them looked a lot more G1 than the damn movies that they were supposed to be, portraying. It was just bad.
Yeah. Bad marketing, bad everything, man. Like the first Michael Bay movie, for what it was and when it came out, I'm like, yeah, it's fun and I understand what they were doing, but to me, it wasn't your traditional and true fucking Transformers.
Yeah, and I'm not creative. I understand that. He says, I understand why some people don't like the Michael Bay movies. I'm not a lore master when it comes to the Transformers. Now, I know there's a lot of people who don't know all the little things about it, but there's enough of us that remember the early stuff with Sunbow and everything else that when we see stuff like that, we're like, nah, it's just not right. It's just that, and that's. There was a few things in the Kingdom series by Netflix that I kind of disagreed with because it kind of took it out of canon a little bit with what they did. Right. I thought that they could have did that last series a little better than they did. But
dude, I'll tell you right now, the design that pissed me off the most out of all that Michael Bay shit. Could you guess which one that really infuriated me?
What's that?
Starscream. He looked like a starfish. It was awful. His plane mode sucked, and his robot mode, he looked like a giant starfish.
I never watched it, but I've seen like stills of it. I couldn't stand the design of not only Shockwave, but I hated the design for Devastator.
Oh, dude, that was pure shit. Awful. That giant fucking mess of I don't even know what the hell it was, with a giant mouth and like those grinders. I didn't understand it. It made no sense to me. It looked so retarded.
Thank you, Brutal. Damn bots. Jedi Bill asked how many guinea pigs are in your world. Right now there's 4. So it's Rorschach, it's Dark Helmet, which are the 2 younger guys, and the older guys are Cliff Jumper, and the old man on the block is Cringer, who you see right here as my icon.
Nice.
Yeah, using German canon boosters being forced. Camps. Looks like a pattern.
Oh, shit.
Wasn't Bumblebee one of the few non-American cars out of the Autobots? He was one of them, but there was actually a couple.
Volkswagen. Dude. Yeah, I need to dig that one out. I actually do have a third party that it's slightly bigger. I guess he'd be closer in scale with that Optimus that last toy review I did. The bigger Optimus Prime. I have a Bumblebee that his his robot mode is closer to the Bumblebee movie, but the transformation on that is sick, beautiful. I think they embiggened or they blew up the Hasbro version, and they just did a way better job with it, like the better sculpt and everything. But yeah, maybe I'll do a review on that at some point. But he's pretty cool.
Yeah, but like Luffy was action. Believe it or not, a lot of those cars were actually, a lot of them originally were foreign cars. A lot of them. Yeah. Ironhide and Ratchet, they were actually a Nissan, like a Nissan van design from Japan. Prowl and Blue Streak, or some people would call him Silver Streak later on, he was actually a Japanese car. And here's a funny thing about Prowl. If you look on the original Prowl G1 figure, there's a small little emblem sitting on the hood of his car on the very front. I believe it's on the side doors. And if you look at that symbol, what that actually is something the Japanese police force, like the Imperial Japanese Police Force or something, it's an emblem for. And most people don't even realize that.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
And that's actually a holdover from the Diaclone eras.
Yeah. Which makes sense. That's pretty cool, though.
MiG-22. No, he was actually a Nissan. I do remember looking it up, saying he was a Nissan. What's going on, Tim Possible?
What's up, man? Excellent. Did you ever get that? They had the Ratchet, the exclusive for like the Siege line. I think it was like a Walgreens exclusive.
I seen it, but I didn't have a chance to pick it up.
Yeah. I got him
so mad.
I have him somewhere. Like, I know it was pretty much the same exact body, but still a really nice figure. I liked it the way that they did it.
The last one that I picked up that was like a Walgreens exclusive is I picked up something from the Power of the Primes, and they had released, I want to say it was Pounce and Cloudraker, or it was two of the clones, but it wasn't two of the matching clones, I don't think.
Okay.
Or maybe it could have been, no, because I picked up, wait a minute. I picked up Pounce and Wingspan. Maybe it was Pounce and Wingspan. Maybe it was the two Decepticons. I forget exactly. I've got it actually buried away in a tote somewhere.
Right.
But yeah, I picked that up, and that was actually an exclusive. And the other figures were released in like a set of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
And you could only get them with a certain set for the Power of the Primes line. It was kind of weird.
Okay.
It was like a big set of figures, and it was the only way to get one of the other clones.
Shit. I hate when they do stuff like that.
I mean, I get why they do it to a degree, because they want to try to make sure they sell this for the people that are trying to get all of them, or they're trying to pick up certain ones. But
yeah, but they're too difficult to get.
Yeah, but it sucks for the average collector that can't find those things.
Of course. If you just like the character. I mean, yeah, fucking sucks. So the bitches.
Let's see. He's listed as a one-box ambulance. It's a Nissan Cherry Venette. That's the actual name of it.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I always remembered it was a Nissan van, but yeah, it's a Nissan Cherry Venette from Japan. That was the original mold for Ratchet and Ironhide.
Yeah.
So he says, I have an original Mac cab over Optimus Prime with the two-stroke Detroit diesel. It's got a supercharger and turbo on it. I remember a lot of people were talking about what exactly Optimus Prime was modeled after, and the best a lot of people could come up with was a White liner.
Mm-hmm.
And White was actually a truck company at the time, which I'm pretty sure that they're long gone. But they were saying that was the original design for the Optimus Prime cab.
Yeah, it was very unique, that cab on. But I've seen a couple of those trucks down here. They're surprisingly bigger than I would have really thought, because you don't really see that many. It's usually like those newer models, like the ones from Michael Bay movies, with the longer front.
all swept back and everything. They're all aerodynamic.
Yeah, but dude, the original look, like I've seen them on the road once or twice, and they're pretty massive. Like, it kind of throws you for a loop because you don't normally see them, and then when you do, it's like, oh shit.
I remember the first time that I seen one of those cab things on TV. It was a TV show that was called BJ and the Bear.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
It was a long time ago. Holy crap! I used to watch a lot of weird shit back then. Tales from the Gold Monkey, BJ and the Bear, Starsky and Hutch.
Starsky and Hutch was awesome.
I used to love all those
used
things.
To watch Beretta as well.
Yeah. You remember they had like toys for Starsky and Hutch too. Mego had made the figures, and then they made like a big giant car to go with it.
Yeah, that's crazy. Didn't they do the Dukes of Hazzard as well?
They did for Mego, yeah. I don't remember if they made the car too, but I know later on, and I'm trying to remember if this was Mego or it was another company, they actually made the 3 3/4 inch figures, which I have. So I have Bo and Luke, I have Boss Hog. I used to have, I want to say it was like Cletus or something too. And maybe there was one other character I had. And the only other thing that I did pick up is I had the General Lee figure that came with it, which it was just all plastic except for the metal rod that went in between the tires on the bottom. Yeah. So the roof of the General Lee would pop up so you could take the 3 3/4 inch figures and put them down to the seats.
Cool. That's nice.
Yeah, I had to take a heat gun to that thing to bend the roof back in shape because where my dad had stuffed it in one of the boxes.
Yeah, told me that.
Yeah, the roof got kind of pushed sideways. Like shit.
Damn.
But those heat guns work wonder. I got to get one and send one to you.
Cool.
That way, if you ever have to do something like take stress marks out of a toy, if you're playing with it.
Because I got a couple of bins worth of shit like from over the years. Like I wasn't really keeping boxes. I have a lot now, which kind of sucks because I don't have room. But
I don't recall if Cletus had a spin-off series too. He might have. I know Anus did. Because Anus went to the big city and became a detective or something. Okay. And it was a very short-lived series. Did Cletus have a series too?
I couldn't tell you. I don't remember.
I used to love that show though. But now it's racist.
Racist.
Everything's racist.
And Daisy Duke, because she's way too hot. You can't do that.
Oh, okay. Okay. It is just Anus. Yeah, no problem, Nano Reaper. I mean, a lot of that stuff, you're remembering 25 plus years ago? Just trying to remember that off the top of your head. We're bound to make a few mistakes here and there.
Well, I think it's closer to 35 years.
Is it that long?
I think so.
Yeah, you might be right. That came out in 83, 82, 83, I think.
Yeah, because I only watched reruns. I never saw the new ones. Or when they first aired, I was too young.
No, see, I was there watching it
live. I know you got a couple years on me.
Yeah, your cybernetics keep us in very good shape.
Oh shit! That and boosters.
Yeah, get your booster. Heat gun works almost as good as a booster jam.
Just put that right in your eye. Jeez, man, that little rat. I saw we're talking toys when I go in there.
I would like to hear that he goes down from his own boosters.
Oh, I would love that. I would truly love that.
I guarantee he's never taken one of his own boosters.
Oh, no way, man. Dude. I would stay away from them. They have the pills that they just greenlit. I heard, well, I don't know if I could say it, but they attack the reproductive organs. So I wouldn't go anywhere near those fucking things.
Oh.
Allegedly.
Oh, brutal. Careful. Keep taking it up, and the next reboot is going to have a Davy Dukes.
No.
Are you trying to make me sick again? I'm just getting over this, brutal. What are you trying to do to me? I watched the reruns on A and E for a long time. Now I own the entire show. Yeah, you know what? It's hard to find some of those damn things anymore, though. I have a few seasons, I think.
Yeah.
I'd actually, I was digging through that stuff when I was telling you I wasn't feeling well because I was digging through the crates. I did find the entire season 4 of Dukes of Hazzard, like still sealed in plastic that my dad had picked up. Like he might have picked it up and he was going to send it to me as a Christmas gift, knowing him.
Holy crap. And dude, yeah, I highly suggest that if there's any series and stuff that you guys really like, and you see them in the store, just pick it up. Don't even hesitate, because they are not making stuff like this anymore. Like Married with Children, if I can get my hands on a complete set, I think I'll just buy it, because I know stuff like that. They have them on streaming services, but now they're clipping out certain episodes.
They just did it with Seinfeld. Yeah. Seinfeld was the latest one, yeah. And I remember years ago seeing the collected version of Seinfeld. And the one I seen, it came with like some kind of like mini shirt, like that crazy puffy shirt that he wore in the one episode. Yeah, it had a crazy like replica version of that puffy shirt in the collector's case.
Oh wow!
And I was looking and I was like, oh, that looks really cool. That looks really cool. And I was like, not this time. And I went back to get it the next time and it was gone. Never found it again. And now look at all the problems you're starting to see. Yeah. Always buy physical media. Absolutely. I did that with one of the series that I picked up was Back to the Future.
Yes, same here. It was great too, because it was like right before, or it was during one of their anniversaries. They had it on Blu-ray, and like if you remember when they first came out, they were like $45 to $60 or something. The Back to the Futures, but I found it on sale for $15, and it had the Blu-rays and it had the DVDs that came with it as well.
I forget if the one I actually have is Blu-ray or if it's just regular DVD, but the one I got is actually the collector's version that I managed to pick up in FYE.
Nice.
And it has the holographic flux capacitor on the front of the box.
Sweet.
So it's really nice looking. Like the only problem is I don't remember which tote I packed it away. It's still sitting somewhere out in the garage. I've yet to find it.
Dude, you remember FYE? Dude, they used to have some really great stuff.
They're still around.
Are they?
Yeah. When I was up north cleaning out my dad's house, like in between, because I would throw out so much trash, because my dad had a lot of things that were collectible, but he also had twice as much shit and trash. So I was lining up the street with contractor bags every day, like 10 to 15 of them, which is over the limit for Trenton for as far as putting bags out, but I didn't care. I figured if I stacked them up, they wouldn't notice how many was there.
Right.
But in his days off where I couldn't do anything because there was too much trash inside the house ready to go outside, is me and my daughter would go out to the malls, and they had all the malls up there up north had FYE stores in them. So we were going to all these different FYE stores just looking for old movies and shit like that. And I found all kinds of stuff that I couldn't find anywhere else around near where we're at.
Yeah.
But I think my wife was trying to tell me in Edison Mall in Fort Myers that they have an FYE store in that mall.
Oh, shit. Dude, yeah, I don't know. Next time I go up, man, I'll check them out. I love going to different stores, like in those kind of areas, like whenever if I'm going on a trip or conventions and whatnot. Because there's always cooler shit or different products like all around. But yeah, FYE, I remember I picked up so many cool things, especially when I was like living in New York when they had like the Japanese import figures, and a lot of those things were amazing. You know. Lots of different articulation and, mostly anime characters and shit. But, they were sweet.
Yeah, I would love
to... James Bond collection for $40. Holy hell. Yeah, dude, man. That's awesome.
Scott Jennings, how are you doing? Scott Jennings from Dick's Division. It's good to see some Dick's representation in here. And it's not Drew because he fills up the whole damn chat. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it.
Excellent.
Yeah, you know what? And he's talking about like that. And that was one of the cool things about FYE. Dude, man, I found such amazing deals on some of these movies. Like I found like steelbook versions of like Psycho, Jaws. There were exclusives to FYE, and I picked them up for like $12.
Dude, that is some great stuff right there. I love going to those stores when they were around.
Well, like I
But
said, I know they're still around, but I mean, I don't know.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
gonna
all
be
the
one
different
hell of a
ones.
drop to try to find one.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Yeah, and next time I go to an FYE, I'll just bring my phone with me and start recording. Hey, you got this, Vinnie? Do you got this?
Awesome, man. Dude, and Nano Reaper, I'm with you, brother. I believe you're 100% right. The original Pirates of the Caribbean movies, they probably will Photoshop them out and put Amber Turd.
It wouldn't surprise me. It's so
Holy heck.
ridiculous. That you know what? In Disney, I understand that people are just going to like what they're going to like, but oh my god, everybody knows what Disney's is doing to all these different franchises. It's not the same,
Yeah.
they're not the same franchises that we grew up with anymore. And Disney just wants to keep destroying them over and over and over again. And then every time people give attention to Disney and they go watch the new stuff because maybe it'll be good this time, all you're doing is you're giving them more incentive to keep destroying the things that you love.
Of course, dude. Of course.
It makes me so sad.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It really is, man. But yeah. Oh, and Scott, I agree with you, man. I will not watch that newest Bond movie either, and it's not going in any collection. Spectre was the last one for me. So yeah, I liked all of the Daniel Craig ones up till Spectre, and yeah, the ending was perfect on it. He gets to retire. He drives off into the sunset with the car and the broad. He has the villains captured. The guy who did it all. Like, what more do you need? Why would you? Whatever. But yeah, that newest movie is pure trash.
Is this true?
What?
Or says
shit. Coming soon. The flux capacitor booster. Yeah, why won't Fauci slip on the bathroom and bang his head? And
Disney knows no shame. Absolutely, they don't. Yeah, fuck Disney.
Yeah,
Mouse is the ultimate killing booster shot. Now, here's a funny one. Like, I've talked about this numerous times about how they destroyed things, and it's not just recently. They've destroyed older movies, and people just don't even realize it. Like, I've talked about the original Cinderella and how much they changed it when Disney required the rights to actually, use the original story. If you go back and you read the original story, it's called Ash Puddle. And it is much different. Like the one sister who can't get the slipper on, she cuts her toe off to try to get her foot in there. Yeah. The other one has her foot jammed in by her mother and it's bleeding all over the place because it tore the skin off the bottom of her foot or the sides of her foot.
Well,
like
the majority of those stories are ultra violent or super dark. So that's why they Disney-fied up all the properties that they had. Even the Little Mermaid had like really twisted sick shit in it.
Yep. No mouse.
Well, look at Collodi's Pinocchio. Like there was tons of different things in there. He even killed, I believe, he killed Jiminy Cricket.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was in the beginning of it. Yeah, I don't know. He kills him at one point. And I think I can't remember everything that happened in there. And he died in the original story, and Collodi's family and his friends are like, yeah, you can't kill off the character. It's too dark. But there's a lot of crazy shit that happened in that if you ever read the original Pinocchio.
Yeah, I can't remember if I have that one in my collected Grimm stories. But yeah, I hear you, Nana Reaper. There are only 24 Bond movies, 3 Matrix movies, 3 Die Hard movies, and 6 Star Wars films.
Technically, there's really just 1 Matrix movie. I'll give him one thing: visuals, and there was a couple of cool things that happened in 2 and 3. But if you're just talking like one really good movie, I'd say it's Matrix 1.
Lady Toriel, hello there. I hope you are doing well. Good journey to you. Just jumping on to wish you and the cute little guys a very Merry Christmas. Well, Merry Pigmas to you too.
Absolutely. Merry Pigmas.
Yeah, I had to film that too. Oh God, that was such a chore getting the pigs into those Christmas costumes.
Oh, I believe it.
And 2 Crocodile Sunday movies.
Dude, hell yeah. That guy's like an Australian national treasure.
But I want to thank everybody that's come out. I want to jet off before I make my throat worse again. I'm doing so good. I was doing so good at the beginning of stream, and then midway, like towards this end here, like,
yeah, man, don't struggle. Yeah, we could.
I want to be able to jump on and say Merry Christmas or Merry Pigmas again tomorrow too. So I want this to be normal again. But
Yes.
I want to thank everybody that's come out already. Nano Reaper, Bone, Lady Torio, who just stopped in. I'm Not Creative RR. Scott Jennings at Dick's Division. I know Bruce Lombardo was through earlier. And Chris Fisk, of course, Chris and Tim Possible. Thank you, buddy. Jedi Bill, Luffy is God. Even the bots that came by and said hello. You know what? You can kiss my ass anyway. Thanks for stopping by. Bone, Al Gore Rhythm. You can't forget Al Gore Rhythm. Thank God that Al Gore Rhythm stopped by. Captain Trek, it's always good to see you. Keck44, Stieg Kenobi, thanks for coming by. My Norwegian friend. Wookiee Supremacy, Parrot, Small Time Republic, and everybody else that had come by earlier, like Shadowhawk Backs, and oh God, who else came by? I'm probably drawing a blank at this point because it's so far up in the stream. And I'm too lazy to look. But thank you so much for coming by. I really do appreciate you coming by every single week. You guys are the best chat on YouTube. I really do hope you have a wonderful Christmas. Happy holidays. Hopefully we will see you all tomorrow. Whose channel is actually hosting that one, Vinny? Is that you?
Yeah, I'm hosting on my channel, Vinnie Art, around 4:30. I'm looking at right now. We'll see. Like if I could get proper sleep tonight, I'll be up earlier and able to get some other shit done. So yeah, it should be about 4:30.
Awesome. So make sure you guys stop by for that one. Look out on Twitter for that when the stream is posted. Don't miss out because YouTube will make sure that you miss out if you're not paying attention.
Yeah, those
we, of
bastards.
course, here at Rogue Entertainment will do our very best to make sure that stream gets pushed out for everybody to stop by and have a good time and celebrate this as we are counting down to the end of the year. And hopefully we will see an end to the nonsense and we will see a continuation of things from the past, the retro stuff that we want to see being done right, continue into the next year. Hopefully these companies are paying attention and they want to keep giving us exactly what we want. Not only what we want, what we deserve, because we are the paying customers. We are the ones that keep your franchises alive. Remember that the next time that you're going into the design room with some idiot who wants to self-insert themselves into a franchise. But thank you so much for being here, everybody. And on behalf of Rogue Entertainment, we once again wish you a happy holiday. Remember, never let anybody tell you what you can and can't say, what you should or should not watch, because your silence gives consent. Catch you next time.
Amen, brother.
Later, y'all.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Merry Pigmas.